So I noticed that California is trying to weave in the minimum wage of $15. So what they're trying to do is not have people vote on it. They're trying to get it back to the legislators who have already agreed with unions that they're going to try to get the minimum wage up to $15 an hour. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. Here's what they don't say. So let's just assume that in California it could happen. So minimum wage goes up to $15 an hour. So you know what's going to happen to people? You're going to get fired or let go, because what companies will do, private companies, will say, well, if it's 15 bucks an hour, you, and you are going to have to go because we can't afford it. And so then people who want the $15 an hour because they really don't want to work for things are going to go, well, what happened? So this is never mentioned. You want to increase the minimum wage, then companies are going to lose people that are currently working for it.
Matt, to say that people who want to make $15 an hour, what they're really asking for, Matt, is to make a living wage.
Do it then.
Many people in America are not making a living wage to even make ends meet. So what they're attempting to do is to make these companies pay a real living wage to these employees. It's a good thing to do, and it's a bad thing to do. The reason why it's bad, because what these companies are going to do is what other Fortune 500 companies have been doing in the last 25 years. They're now going to relocate these manufacturing plants to Mexico, El Salvador, to Nicaragua, and in parts of India and China. No, look at the companies who've relocated to just China and India.
McDonald's?
No, but that's not what this is about. But
well,
listen
that's
to me.
where people are going.
No, Matt, what they're doing, Matt, is they can make more money contracting the private sector jobs to small countries that are undeveloped to where you can pay these small wages.
They're talking about people that don't want to work hard, that don't want to work their butts off. People will say, well, you know, I need to make $15 an hour. Well, no, you don't. You need to go in, you need to work. And here's what happens. You make whatever the minimum wage is in your state, the $8 or $9 or $10 an hour. And then you work hard and you become an assistant manager. And then you go to making maybe 17, and then you work hard, and this is what you got to do. They don't want to do any of that.
I'm not sure that it needs to be $15 an hour, but what I am sure of, what the minimum wage is being paid right now across America, it's not a living wage, and we have to help the American worker at least make a living wage.
A minimum wage worker is probably a young person. If you are married and you have children and you need more money, you might have to work 2 jobs. I've worked 3 to pay the bills.
And I have 2,
sure.
Matt. But remember, Matt, remember what Jesus said, inasmuch as you have not done to the least of these your brethren, you have not also done it unto me. We have a duty to make sure that people make a living wage.
Quanell, Jesus was not talking about jobs.
Yeah, and let you also, Jesus be a rich man and a Republican.